And so I think most of us realize that the Turing test is not really what we would want as the real test of whether something's intelligent, because you can quickly tell these are very incredibly smart, but incredibly one-dimensional at the same time. They have no interests or desires. They have no drives. You can talk to it for hours about really intelligent things, and sometimes I realize, like, oh crap, if I had just once I view it from this slightly different angle, a lot of what I was asking was completely wrong. And then I'll go say that to them. And I go, oh, yes, that's true. It's actually this. It's like, yeah, but I was talking to you for like a week. And if you had just told me you're so smart that I was just slightly off and from this different angle, I would, but it has no ability to sometimes, it's just completely, it's riffing on what you say and just sort of like a really bad but well written and good enunciation grad student, say, or undergrad. So,
Yeah.
but it has no ability to back up and see the big picture that you haven't presented to it. So I think I don't have a full story about exactly where, but what I've learned is, however big I think it is, our human intelligence is still much, much vaster. And it's not just the ability to, whatever our human intelligence is, it's characterized way beyond this kind of bottom-up hierarchical, which is what our brains are filled with, which is these, because that's how they really work. They have these massive hierarchies, just like our visual system and our semantic systems, with these really fine-grained things like contours and combining into larger and larger objects. And they have these massive association networks, and then they try to fill those, try to come up with an answer that, in case of an image, that satisfies the constraints of your prose. But we have much more in our brains than just our hierarchies, our object recognition hierarchies, our visual object recognition hierarchies, or our auditory recognition. We have a whole other parts of our brains in terms of wanting to do things, wanting certain kinds of things, lots of feelings. And so it's just still infinite numbers of dimension, or huge numbers of dimensions and capabilities that we realize, okay, so that's not really what it is to be human, to what we take to be human. It's much, much more than that. So I think it's great, because as we get to know this kind of LLMs, we'll realize, okay, that's great. I understand that facet of intelligence. It still ain't human. It still ain't human intelligence is the answer. And that's been the story all along, that we realized, we learned then that it's still something else about what it is to be truly, truly intelligent.